I like your bags.
We're now about to reveal the results from the secret voting. Yes, please, can we have you on the stage with us?
Rotate a bit. Perfect. That's on level. Perfect.
On the topic, do you approve ESN Bulgaria to become an official ESN section of ESN Bulgaria with full rights? Yes! Yes! Congratulations. Thank you, Now, moving on, according to the agenda, we have a discussion with the National Board concerning the future of local representatives.
Hello, it's me again. I hope you're not sick of me presenting stuff. But right now we have an important session. It's going to be in the form of a discussion, and it's about the future of our own network. So, first of all, a few general questions to you. I didn't prepare a quiz, but I'd like you to participate actively. Can you tell me which are the mandatory positions in every local board of ESN? Newer people? Anyone? Okay, Rabu, tell us.
Vice President and local representative.
Three. And president. So president, vice president, and local representative. So those are the three mandatory positions. And any other position is also, welcome. Copywriters, graphic designers, whatever you can have. Then, what about our own network, ESN Bulgaria, on the national level? Which are the 5 positions in the national board? Someone new? Say say. Okay, Dani, please tell us.
We have national president, national vice president, network manager, financial manager, and communication manager.
Very interesting. Do you see some kind of inconsistency with this model? I'm just asking.
No, the LR.
Ah, really? What is it about it? Can you tell us, please? No microphone, because
The local representative is responsible for carrying the vote of the section, consulting the section when assemblies like this are held, and that's basically most that he does.
yes. Okay, wonderful. And can someone please tell me the international board? What are the positions for the international board? So this is a little bit harder. Yeah. Tell us. Tell us.
All right, so we have the president. Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Mr. President.
Vice President.
The vice president for what?
Governance development.
Vice president for what?
For governance.
Okay, then
We have what else?
Development.
We have web project administrator.
Okay, that's 4. Then we have the money person,
It's a treasurer. It's
the
not
cash
financial.
person, the treasurer, and the CM, communication manager.
no way.
Thank you, Nelly. I gave you to answer the question, not to pass on the question.
That is now.
Ah, okay. Wonderful. So we're going to be focusing on 3 of the positions from the international, national, and local boards. So in the international level, we have a president, we have a vice president for governance, and a vice president for development. So 2 vice presidents. In the national board in ESN Bulgaria, currently we have 1 president, 1 vice president, and a network manager who we could also call, especially in the Bulgarian documents, is actually called also Zamestnik Председател, the network manager. Yes, wonderful. This is the first year we are having this position, network manager or Заместник Председател по външни дейности и обучение. Sorry, вътрешни обучение. But tell me who you are.
I'm Иван. Заместник председател по външна дейност, т.е. държави по изготвяне на делегации за външни събития и учение.
Yes, thank you, sorry. I was just testing. Yes, wonderful. So, as you probably know, we had a national representative up until this summer, and local representatives. So the national representative have the community of local representatives, and for each general assembly, like I did today, the national representative was consulting the sections, the local representatives, and carrying all of the work surrounding the general assembly. The thing is that some years ago in ESN, like the whole network, it was the national representative who carried the vote of the country. This was changed a few years ago on the international level. So now, as of a couple of years ago, the national presidents carry the vote of each country, whereas the national representatives in most countries continued to do the General Assembly work. At the same time, the president needs to be aware of all of the GA documents, needs to also follow the communication, everything. So it was almost a shadowing thing, almost two positions having very similar tasks. And at one point, it made sense to us, as the previous national board in support, to suggest changing this and suggesting that all of the responsibilities of the national representatives that were related to the General Assembly go to the national president, because the national president needs to carry the vote and needs to be aware of the documents anyway, and fill in the vote delegations, etc. So we did this already. This was approved, and this is the first year, the first mandate where the national representative does not exist anymore, and we have a second vice president. And this is something that has been done in many ESN countries. Not all, some still have the national representative, but the tendency is that this position is probably going to disappear completely. So now, me as the national president, I have two communities. I have the president on the one hand, and the local president, and I also have the local representative. Yes, so all of the local representatives.
Council of local representatives.
I also have the council of the local representatives. The thing is that this means that one position has two communities, which is a bit much. The others, for example, the communication manager, Dani, is taking care of the communication, the local communication managers. So we are wondering what the future of this position, the local representative in ESN Bulgaria, should be. I would like to hear your thoughts, how you see this position, especially if someone is a local representative or has been a local representative. What do you think about this position, especially now? Is it hard? Is it demanding? Is it comprehensive? Like, new members, do they understand what this position is? Is there interest in this position?
I was a local representative in my section, my first mandate, and I'm a president in my second mandate. And honestly speaking, I've been doing the same thing in both mandates, because for the second mandate there wasn't an award. And I know that is the case with every single section in Sofia, as a person that was helping out with all the events in Sofia. So the reality in Sofia is that we don't have an award in this academic year. And last year we had one, which honestly, when you don't have an award, naturally the president takes that role. So that's the reality for the Sofia sections.
Yes, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think only ESN Varna has a designated local representative. So, it seems like, or if it's not just ESN Varna, it's probably one of the least attractive positions in the local board, from my point of view. I think it's a little bit unclear what the local representative does for newer volunteers. You know, the communication manager, obviously communications. If it's a treasurer, obviously questions related to money. Local representatives represents who, represents them where, not super clear. We're thinking, considering if we should change this position. What the same thing that happened on the international level, that happened on our national level, should this happen on the local level as well? Removing the LR, renaming the LR, reshaping the LR, something along those lines. Do you have any thoughts about that? Maybe, we have someone with thoughts on the topic.
So my thoughts, I'm gonna talk about the situation in Sofia. We can't, in the different types of sections, the boards aren't full. and mainly the local representative are vacant in most of the sections. So probably merging with some other position, maybe the president, or it's the best to remove it and some kind of delegated tasks between the president or the vice president.
Yeah. So which tasks exactly? Maybe this was a question I needed to ask a little bit earlier, but yeah, what does the LR do currently in those local boards?
It carries the votes to NAs, consultates with the active members on the topics that need to be voted, and gathers all the votes and sees like what the section thinks, and he has the opportunity to give the sections voice.
Yes. I think in a lot of local boards, there's also one more function.
The ESN Sofia University also, they need to be present at the national assemblies.
Yes. At least in our local section in ESN Sofia University, this was the case. I think in other sections too, the LR also has the functions of the treasurer. Is it the case in other local boards too? Let's say, I know that Varna, ESN Varna has a local representative and a local treasurer. Wonderful. Let's say ESN Wasada, two different positions. ESN, what else can we ask? UNWE, two different positions. Okay, okay, great. So I guess maybe it's something typical for ESN Sofia University. Yeah. The way I see it, and I think the national board will agree with this, we could consider either removing the LR completely, all of the tasks related to vote delegation, vote giving, also attending national assemblies. All of this can go to the president's role, which is almost naturally already happening. I realized this when I was trying to organize my first calls with the local presidents and all the local representatives. We have two different chats, which are almost the same people. So at one point, during the local president's call, I also conducted the section consultation for GA. So I already am experimenting with this shadowing, with this merging of the communities. And then we can keep the treasurer, the local treasurer, and for any section that does not already have a local treasurer but have an LR, it can just it can just be renamed to a treasurer and have only those functions, because that's an important role, in my opinion. And I honestly don't see what the exact connection is between the two types of tasks. And finance and money and the vote delegation and the section consultation and everything. Maybe, yes, please tell me.
Yes, I am not, I have a question actually. To the people, the ESN Bulgarian International. Okay, so talking about the implications of, let's say, hypothetically merging both positions, the president and the LR. Maybe that's more directed towards the people that have been carrying out both responsibilities simultaneously. Do you believe that this might come as too much of responsibilities?
Okay. Could we ask maybe either Zetsu or Martin or someone who's currently covering both local president and local representative? Is this too much, too many tasks? Or anyone else that has experience? The question is, if we merge local president and local representative, would this be too many tasks for one position?
Thank you. Given the fact that the ALR and most of the people in the board already have access to the email, they already should know what is about to be voted, what the section needs to be consulted on. So I don't think, at least in my opinion, in my experience, I don't believe that that would be too much pressure putting on someone. It works. It works for us at least, but keep in mind that now we're not that big of a section. However, in, for example, Sofia University's case, it might be slightly different. Because you get more events, you get more responsibilities to different people, might be different.
So Dara from Bulgarian University, currently because as some of you know, our board is getting shorter and shorter day by day. And so currently I'm holding the two positions, the president and the LD. Maybe this is personal concern of mine, but let's say, for the local representative to attend personally all the events, that revolves around expenses, sometimes coming from my own savings to be here. So this is maybe one of my concerns of being, let's say, holding the two positions, that I cannot attend every single event because every single time I need to pay with my own money, and I'm really short of budget personally every single time. So maybe this is my personal concern while I'm holding the two positions until maybe we find someone to take the position of the LD if we do not merge if we do not merge the two positions.
Yeah. So the thing is that local representatives, as of now, can't always attend the National Assembly's either. People have other priorities sometimes, and they can delegate their vote to another person. The question is, should it by default be the president who needs to attend the National Assembly and hold the vote? And if the president cannot, they delegate their vote to communication managers, a person from another section, whatever. Currently, Gabi is holding. Am I waking you up? Sorry. Is holding the vote of ESN Plovdiv, even though not the vote. Oh, sorry. Mike, I'm sorry. I hear someone from the back. Anyway, you're not from ESN Plovdiv, and you're carrying the vote, delegated the vote. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question and your concern. Yes. I don't know who's.
Reaction, ESN Sofia University, reaction to Seti's comment for ESN Sofia University's case. I would say yes, we have bigger resource on buddies, Erasmus students, etc. And I find it difficult having currently 4 positions in the board, even though we had extraordinary open call so that we can fulfill one of the positions that Christy is currently taking. So I find it extremely hard working with 4 people and merging a position like the local representative into the position of the local president. I think it's going to be too much. There is a reason why the national board and the international board are with these numbers. Even though I'm a philologist, still it makes sense to me that there is a reason there are so many people in one board and they are working together. So I would say that not removing the position, but shaping it in a different way where it will be it sounds stupid to say, but yeah, to make it more attractive for the, yeah, to make it not easy, but yeah, attractive for the people who apply for that position.
Yeah, attractive, but also I think comprehensible. Like, what is this position? I just wanted to address this quickly. That we're talking about minimal section requirements. So in all of our documents, the standing orders, the journal, everything, we have a mandatory local representative and president and vice president. From then on, sections can have the freedom to have different roles. We see this in ESN Varna with I think 7 people in the local board. So they need more people and they've divided the tasks more, which is an option. It's just about, the question is, can we not insist on having the local representative do these tasks so that it's more comprehensive.
Cristo ESN Sofia University. One argument in favor of keeping the position is the fact that it is a safe way to introduce someone in joining a local board. And as Ivan said, this was his first position. He maintained his interest in the board, he maintained his motivation. That was his introduction. Obviously, he had other introductions, but when we recruit new people for the local boards, the local representative, yes, it is mentioned it's not the most attractive one, but it is a safe way to introduce someone who's not sure in participating.
Yeah, the thing is that I would argue that the local representative currently is one of the most important roles in the local board because they need to consult the section, which like the things that I was talking about earlier, which means that they need some kind of at least basic understanding of how ESN, the structure works, maybe some background, etc. So I understand that this is a practice that a lot of people go for LR as their first position in the local board because they don't know what else to do. I'm not sure that this is the best position for the best first position in the local board.
I have a comment, like on all of you. Agustin, yes, and UNWE. So yes, I completely agree with Darek. Sometimes it's maybe too much to go to NAs and spend from your money, time, effort. And on Mishis, yes, you can reshape the positions, but as Mishu said, you need to find a competent enough person to be on that part of the position. And in a like most optimistic way, you have like 5 people from the board and they come all to the NAs, but in some situations there's only 1 or 2 people maximum, like on boards that are on the NAs. So for me, going to the president is absolutely perfect and the best way to do it, because when you go to the NA and the president goes there as the local representative, like they're merged in that hypothetical, the president could also do like a summary of the NA and tell the active members, like other board members. Whereas if we keep it as this way or reshape them, we need to find a competent enough person to do it, which is like again, right now we have maybe a bit of lackluster of new members, especially new board members. So to find this is maybe a bit hard. And also the LR, most of their work is done only on NAs. So
Thank you.
He's following now.
Coral,
Okay, so I have a question kind of for everyone, but I'm also like, no, what are the responsibilities usually of the president? Like I'm going to tell you my thoughts behind this question, because usually on most of the sections, the president is supposed to be the person maybe who has been for the longest time in the section and has the most knowledge in ESN, and it's most of the time helping the other local board members with or the active members with support around ESN and also with communication with the international office, maybe like more bureaucratic stuff, let's say. But this is the person who is most of the time just on the top helping everyone. So I think that if this is the person who is actually the most knowledgeable about ESN, as you already said, he should be like the person who has the most knowledge, should be the person who is also consulting the others about the important questions. And I don't think that this is going to be too much work because he's already kind of doing it. So it's just to make it official.
Thank you. Nelly ESN Bulgaria International. I would like to jump to like a bunch of things that you already mentioned. So you said that you no, it was Chris and Mickey that said that the LR is an entry point to the local board for a person kind of like that's not exactly sure what they do. But the reality, like we've been actually trying in the past mandates, we've been trying to turn things around, especially when it comes to the perception of the position of the LR, because the LR is the actually person that is supposed to know the most about ESN. Because let me give you a situation real life. How are you consulting your local section and your local board on matters that are important on the national level and on the international level if you're not knowledgeable of how ESN works? And we usually put people on that position just because there is like the position is vacant. So like this is on its own a very important responsibility, and it should be attributed to a person that has at least some background to know how to transmit information and to have some basic idea of ESN. The reality in Bulgaria is a bit different because of the image of the position itself on its own. But this is something that it should be changed. We have been trying to change like previous members and so on. So this is on one side. On the other one, as the president, you said any other position, it might be good enough for a person that enters the board for the first time. But for the president, at the end of the day, is a backbone of local board. It should be. That's how it has been perceived. So this is the most knowledgeable person. They're the one overseeing the work of the local board, local section. So like, if they don't know what's happening in ESN, and it is kind of like separated in a way. It kind of like aligns. If we were talking about spheres in ESN yesterday, if you remember, fields in ESN. So like the field of consultation kind of like is the closest one to advocacy and institutional communication and so on, in a way, because it's also about knowledge of ESN. I think I said my saying.
Ivan, ESN Bulgaria. I just want to also comment on the many comments we've done. It really also depends on the way you present the position and the planning that you put into it, because in different sections you do it in a different way. And for example, in my experience, when you onboard a new person to take their position, the talk is not, you should be very knowledgeable to take this position. You should know all about ESN to be an LR. No, that's not how it does. Usually it's LR is the person that has to communicate with everyone, has to give good intentions with the team, with the board, has to be very communicative, very open. And for example, if you ask me or Danny, when we were LRs in our first mandate, that was the best position ever, because we just collected the people's opinion, went to the events and then represented the voice. Or when we couldn't, we found a replacement, somebody to take over the voice, and that's it. And also it's important to know that the LR is not only the person that goes to events or delegates somebody to go, he's also the person that consultates on all the matters that the president or the NR previously, but not the president, consultates. So in all the sense that he has to know about stuff, the president already tells him stuff, onboards him, educates him. So it's not a position that you should come with the knowledge. You learn the knowledge in your first weeks or months, because honestly, at the end of the day, it is not difficult at all. Like it's not that difficult. I think the president can explain it well, and it's matters one matter by one matter. It's not that you have to learn everything on your first days in a while. Like knowledge.
Yeah, no, like it's not rocket science for sure, but the thing is that I think the case for most people that come into ESN is that they mostly learn as they go. I don't know many volunteers that when they join ESN, they sit down and they read the code of conduct, all of the documents, Ustava, statutes, everything, and then they apply for a local board position. So they learn as they go. So it just naturally makes sense that the president usually has more experience and usually would be able to fill in this role in months.
First reaction, he is in Sofia University. Reaction to Mish's comment, I actually read some documents. I like reading documents, so I don't mind most. I was exception. So then reaction to Ivan, I completely agree with what he said. Like you don't need to have all the knowledge, all the experience. Like his point of view is also my point of view, and I completely agree with him. And the reaction to Rado, competences, you're not born with them. Like you learn them. I know that we're not on the same page on that one, but you have not, like, you were motivated to be a vice president, you didn't know what you're getting yourself to, but then you had onboarding. So the onboarding from the, okay, people mostly have, okay, let me restructure. People mostly have onboarding from the previous local board to the newly elected one. So I would say this is how it should be, how for me it's naturally happening. And competences are built. That is for me. Like I was not born to know how the body system works, but people was kind enough to show it to me how it should be done and then formed by me as well. So it applies the same for the LR. Like, that's how I understand it. Thank you.
Please last comments or questions from you, Shiva.
Michiel Baskur, Sofia University. So I wanted to give you a very short background of the things because it will be very valuable to you and your opinion during the next assemblies. So last year, as the president, we had an NR in the board, which was who was Adi, and she took part in all the discussions with the other LRs, and she got consulted on the matters for the GA, and then she consulted the LRs here in Bulgaria. On the other hand, I was the one holding the vote, and I didn't know what the sections thought on these matters. I didn't take part in these discussions. And then when I was with Adi, I wasn't not sure if I should consult the sections during the GA, during it was taking place, and after all that was being mentioned, and if our opinion changed, or should be me. So who does this and who doesn't? So we removed the national representative, and they don't carry this responsibility anymore. But now it comes the same thing for ESN Bulgaria and for the local sections. I'm sorry, I'm not sad. I'm not getting emotional with my voice. So in the section, we have the president who should manage the whole organization, like the local section. And should have a good knowledge of the things in ESN. Of course, we learn by practice, and everything that what you said is correct. But still, we have the president managing the section, and then we have the local representative leading the discussion on these matters. So who is better informed on the national matters? Is it the local representative or is it the president? And when we were making these changes in the statutes for these positions, when we were preparing the changes last year, I was very confused. What should we change, and should we directly remove the local representatives because part of whose community are there? And the president has two communities. For me, that's a bit inadequate as a former president. Like, who are you responsible for? So maybe think of this merging of responsibilities and then having another valuable position at the local level. We have the president, who is number one in these matters. We have vice president, and then think about the third one. What should it be?
ESN Bulgaria International. So one of the implications, like one of the considerations in that sense, is how you consult your sections. Do you know how you are consulted or how you are consulting your sections? That's a process, that takes time. Also, I'm not saying as in favor or against this thing, but also this is food for thought. How do you consult your sections? How the whole process happens? The information flow from the local level to the international and vice versa, and also like the local national between, of course. But think about also the consultation process, because this is something like one of the key functions of the position as well. Like, how is this going to happen compared to now?
No, thank you for removing the loose channels. Yes. Okay, do we have 2 or 3 more minutes? Can I ask for those? Yeah. I just wanted to ask, we had the perspective from the sections that currently work, it's, let's say, already a reality where the local president has taken the functions of the local representative. I was wondering, right now in the room we have one local representative, one president. Do you have any thoughts on this, and could you share? You can say no, but I just wanted to give you the word, the final word.
I also agree with this will not be my opinion I also agree that being president usually most experienced people need to be able to listen the best way possible and to have confidence to do the right things, to the shared opinion. I think it should be transferred to the presidents.
raise your hand if this is your second NA.
And we're almost like the 50 seconds.
This one.
More beautiful.
I didn't see the second. Okay, second. Third one. Okay. Vicky, third one? That you attended or? Okay, do we have fourth one? Okay, Ronnie. Okay, fifth one. Did you stop counting at some point or not? Okay, we can start with the fifth one. Can you raise your hand again? Dani, Жорта, Ицо и Гери. Добре. Okay. I want some of those people to tell me what would you say about ESN to a friend of yours, if you have one outside of ESN. Yeah. Got it?
So, Gabby is in YCG. So if I, yeah, what's the girl YCG? So if I can describe ESN with short words, it's gonna be life changing, and that's pretty attractive phrase, honestly.
Okay. If you have to explain a little bit more, what is ESN to a friend of yours that has no idea, what would you say?
For sure, I will start with life changing words. After that, I could start explain why, because ESN is changing your point of views for so many things. Like you can't even realize how you can be changed for that short time just because of ESN. Like way of thinking, like even the way how you're understanding the world that's around you, like for everything. It's a huge topic that everybody can speak differently about.
Okay. Nelly wants to share?
Just 2 words.
You have a reaction?
No, I just want to share.
Should I state my name?
No, it's
Okay. I have never actually explained it to a friend like that, but now that you're asking, I would say an internationally based playground.
Okay, Dani.
Usually, because even though all of my friends know that I'm in ESN, but they never remember what we actually do, I just start basically with saying, okay, ESN is an organization that is helping international students coming to Bulgaria for some period of time, either for exchange or for studies or something like this. So I say the basic description that everyone I think here knows already. And then I try, like depending on how in depth I want to go into explaining what ESN is about, I start saying, okay, like for example, how do we help them? We have a one-on-one buddy system that we have one Bulgarian and one foreigner that helps the person. Like I explain something about the buddy system, I explain something, we do events that are different type, we do different trips, and that's it. And in the organizations, you can take different responsibilities. Basically, that's what I try to start with, and after that, like in some time, I might go into a little bit more depth, but if I want to explain it just emotionlessly and just how it is actually, that's what I do.
Okay. Alexi?
Alex, Opa.
This is the community, a community that brings extra value to your academic life. But this is in one sentence. But what has always helped me promote ESN is that during your stay within the organization, you help and interact with an international environment and an idea that's bigger than you. And it broadens your view, your horizon, your understanding of cultures. And it's the best experience that you can use for building your personality up to the next level. But yeah, I usually say you help and interact
with foreign students. But my best punchline is you make Bulgaria the most unforgettable experience for those coming in. And this is something that really sells, because if you love Bulgaria, you want to share the love. And that's how I usually promote it.
Dante, pърви.
So I wouldn't say anything. I prefer to bring this person on an event and show how it is. Because yes, you can say many things, you can say this or that, but you know, the person might think, oh yeah, it might be cool, but too many things. So I prefer to bring that person here to experience everything and to see the whole life. Yes.
Keep the mic. What event would you bring them to?
Okay, I would start with local events first.
What type of?
Okay, it will be a party. Okay, let's say welcome week. The welcome week to get to know how it works. Later,
Does it matter what kind of
national
event you bring them to? Or-
doesn't matter.
Okay,
Any event. Because
whatever is next
To
on
me-
the,
yeah, to me, here we're all one. We're family. The vibe's amazing. So I have no doubts that somebody will decide this.
okay. Alexis, time for Alexis. Okay.
So my approach actually is very different. I'm trying to sell ESN, like what can you receive from ESN firstly, because I think you have to receive something or to give something. And I'm just telling them you want to socialize, you want to speak, like you want to see something different, not just staying in there to do the same things for years. And yeah, I think that's it. And first you have like to receive something in regard, socialize and have fun. Otherwise, I don't know, just starting from the beginning, yeah, we're helping, we're volunteers, we unconditionally, we just give, you know? I don't think that's the best approach. So first of all, you have to like, yeah, show.
You share what you gain.
Firstly, yeah, I think that's most important.
Nice. So, who's next?
So, Andrea, University of Helsinki. For what I say when someone asks me what to do in ESN, even though I'm not part of ESN for much time, I always say that it's an organization that gives you opportunity not only to show the love for your country and what you can see in the Bulgaria, but as well to learn about other cultures, see what other can bring to your country, learning experience from each other, not only from one side.
A lot of different perspectives. Next one. Is it Vanchi or not?
No, it's not Varna.
Finish.
Varna.
Oh, it's Avio.
For me, when I explain what's CSM to friends, because usually they see on my stories and they ask, what is this? And I would say it is a partial home for Erasmus students outside of their country. And then the next question is, yeah, but what do you do there? And I'll say we do events, we make them comfortable with the city so that they feel like it's a second home. And usually the third question is, what money do you get from that? Which I don't like that question, and I always answer no. It's not profit. I do it because I love Erasmus. I love talking in English overall, just meeting all kinds of people from all around the world. And I've had a few friends that wanted to join but don't have the time, which is awesome. But usually ESN for a friend, I was explaining that the events are like open for everybody. Like even now outside of the Erasmus, like if you're not doing Erasmus, you're still welcome to go, which is shocking for them. And overall, that's the way that I explain it. That it's like open for everybody, and it's a place where you can get comfortable to. If you don't know much English, you just get a little bit of practice, which is amazing because we don't get very much opportunities in the world. At least I haven't seen very much. Outside learning it in school and talking with the other students, there's not much options to speak English overall, or any languages overall. When I started, at first my impression was that everything is gonna be in English, but then I found out there's a lot of Germans, which was awesome for me because I speak German. I was like, yes, this is my opportunity, and I finally had friends who speak German.
So you're also sharing what you gain.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's spend the question.
Wow, I'm so surprised by all the answers. You people have friends? Outside of ESN, like for real? Like when I have the opportunity to hang with ESNers, don't even consider anything else. Like, yeah, I have this conversation with some of my friends. They're like, "You're living the life that we're willing to live, but we can't live." Like, it's amazing to feel this family feeling with ESNers and feel the safe space. Because yes, me and Miki on the last session kind of barked to each other, but we're gonna go outside and then hug each other, maybe kiss, babes. That's what it is.
His girlfriend allows.
Whatever, like.
Too much information.
Yes, please.
For the tree.
Don't make it personal, please. I was just making a compliment. Like, yes, it's the warm feeling and the diversity. That's mainly the thing for me.
Nice. Better advantage.
Yes. One thing that I always say, and one thing that I always felt, is that when you first get into ESN and you want to start doing more, you're like, okay, this is serious. It's not just, meeting and doing nothing, or just doing some parties, or just hanging out. No, it's serious because structure, European Commission, European institution, it's institutional, you pay both. I was like, wow, this is very serious. It's not like a waste of time. It's not a very small thing like a club in one campus in one university, but it's international. And what I say to people when they ask me, my honest opinion is the skills that you give and get here. In terms of hard skills, like hard skills that you can only not test anywhere else, because financial manager, tens of thousands of level if you're like on a kind of position or like international, even local level, you're dealing with quite some money. With other people making decisions that you normally wouldn't be allowed if you're just an intern or like a student. Same goes for communication, you can test stuff, event organization, we have audience that comes every semester, every people, 50, 120, 10 people, 200, whatever, you have an audience that comes and you can do stuff. So you have a very big playground capacity field to do and experiment stuff and basically build skills just because. Like I think that's the most valuable thing. You can just play around and experiment, and there's so many fields, like 7, 8 positions, 7, 8 fields to play around and get your skills. So that's what I know. That's what I believe is the most beneficial for me.
Thank you.
And also live chatting, but that goes without saying.
Okay, we have Koki. I'm pretty sure he wants to share something about you.
It's cute. I'm not sure.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so what would you say about listening to a friend? It really depends on, do you want to convince them to come? Or like, do you want to sell yourself to other people?
Yeah, that's your topic.
Yeah. Because other than that, you like.
Thank you for
So,
helping me.
yeah.
Okay, every time I speak to my friends, I always present it as like my, let's say my favorite sect, We always laughed about it, but it's not it's true actually. And of course, we were all, when we started doing ESN, let's go it like this.
How many ESN are you doing?
Not too many right now, but I used to. So when we all started, so let's see it from this point of view. We all started with different motives. For example, some of us wanted to develop soft and hard skills. The other ones wanted to develop their language competences. The others went for the parties. The others went to I don't know. We have our motives. We had this. We were striving to gain something, to receive something.
Do you think about what the person wants and offer that?
Basically, what I say to them is that we are in our sect. We have our culture. We have our values. We are like in one. Let's say it's a close community. If you think about it, we have our cultures, values. We join for different reasons. So I kind of try to tell them that to find a motive that would make them like. Become part of this community, and I think that's most of it.
Thank you. Daniel?
Actually, what I want to say, it's not something I'm saying, it's Gabriela who is watching the YouTube right now. She wrote, yes, there is a family that doesn't know I need it.
Thank you, Gabby.
Thanks for your sharing that. Okay, so
One more. Oh, okay.
I recently found out how big actually ESN is. Before I used maybe a month ago, maybe even less. I thought it was just organizing events, just randomly, we just oh, you know what? Thinking out of nowhere, it's oh, I want to go to Anaconda, let's do Anaconda there, and just go there randomly. I thought that's how we choose where EGM is, where CA is, and having
Anaconda.
I'm really sorry about that. I thought, honestly, in complete honest, I know it sounds dumb, but I thought it was just a hat of cities and of countries and just picking one at random and choosing there to be an event like CAE, anything overall. And I just found out recently how important everything is and how structured it is. About the documents, how long they are, how I actually started paying attention to everything, and finding out it half a year after I joined is crazy. Honestly, it may sound like I haven't been engaged as much, but I was still in the not knowing what the hell is going on in September. When we did CAE, honestly, I was confused and still didn't know about the documents, honestly. And now started reading and everything and getting really engaged with it. And even wanting to go to national board, but maybe that's a way too big of a step for me. But yeah, that's how I see it, and that's a bit of a late realization.
nice. A lot of people don't even imagine how big the network is until you get deeper and deeper and deeper, and this cannot happen from the first moment you share something about it. And so, no, I think everybody already shared, so we can continue. Can somebody tell me what are the ESN projects? I want just one from you, and then the others should tell the rest.
Awesome.
Huh?
Social inclusion.
Social inclusion, stop. Bunch.
No,
showing there. I was showing sustainability.
Sustainability.
Sustainability, it's a very simple.
Okay, Jarvis? Most important, health and well-being.
Health and well-being. 3 more. Employability. Employability. 2 more.
Coach.
Culture. Okay? And Bobby? Education and youth, yeah, like the community. Okay? So I don't have to explain them. Just a second. Yeah, I guess you know what it means, each one of it. And I'm gonna ask you, how do you see this value? We are gonna start with culture, implemented in ESN, Bulgaria, or local level, in ESN.
Trips.
First, I think. How the culture is part of ESN, how do we show that?
Thank you, Victor, UNWE. So we are not talking about the culture of a host country, but more like the international culture of being friends with everybody. So that's the biggest impact we're trying to make. Not really to show the host country, but that we all also different have different ideas and we can still live at the same time.
Accept the other country.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one? Wants to add? Ben, you want to add?
Because you're asking about what do we do to represent this, or it was.
It can be anything. How do you see the culture in ESN? It can be like this, it can be with cultural events, whatever you have on your mind. How do you see the culture in ESN?
I mean, the first thing that came to mind from you were the trips that we're organizing for the Erasmus to actually explore the culture of Bulgaria and the history and everything around Bulgaria. And the other element is between, like, it's something similar to what Victor said, us communicating with the Erasmus and Erasmus communicating in between themselves so that they can expand kind of their knowledge and understanding about the other cultures.
Thank you. Mila?
For me, I see the culture very, very good, very nicely presented in one of our events that we're doing the Varna workshop, and also in the trips where we go to like important places, as well as when they ask us questions for the traditions. There's a lot of engaging in that. We've had like many hours of talking with Erasmus about our traditions and everything, like where can we go to the museum, to anything like that. And I think it's like very nicely shown to them that we're willing to show the culture. And also we are welcome to any kind of nation, any kind of country member, if I could say that. So that also shows that we're very culture open.
Okay, so we have the culture represented in events, trips, and the actual respect for other culture. Okay, something else? Okay, fine. Next one, education and youth. How do we have this represented? What does ESN do? Vicky, you want to share again?
Yeah, well.
Victor, UNWE. In ESN, we are essentially helping people to study in different environments. And sometimes I hear from people that can't do it because they can't find the accommodation, they can't find the funds, they can't find friends with whom to go there. So we are being the helpers to allow for it to be powerless. Let's say.
What else we do in ESN? Right.
Also, like not only for Erasmus, but only for us as well. We do like trainings. The one that pops up in my mind was the National Youth Forum that we did on the local platform. It was about the gender equality, and it was really nice. Also, we have a training in Staras agora. Woo! Yes.
Sign up?
Sign up, yes.
Amazing price, Christmas.
Christmas discount.
Christmas discount, yes. Christmas vibes,
Christmas vibes.
Mariah Carey vibes.
Of course.
But yeah, also the cooperation between the universities and ESN, that we do events with the International Relation Office, like we show them around the university, help them with lectures if they have any problems, talk with professors, and also like show them that it's not about only cultural events and stuff, that we also are human beings and we learn on the go as well, and we aren't just like organizers of some kind of, and we also we also can learn a lot from people and they can learn from us. Yes.
Okay, thanks. Something else? That was pretty good, okay. Social inclusion, how do we promote that? What do we do in ESN to promote social inclusion? Maybe you heard somewhere that they do something, maybe we don't do it in here. Can we hear the Jota? And that's what we do.
So, Georgi ESN Varna, one of my personal ways to include social inclusion in our events is when I organize an event or when I attend some event that I help with. I'm a pretty social person most of the time, so I talk with a lot of people, I look around. But when I see somewhere some people that are staying a bit to the side, just with their hands, not talking to anyone, I try to force myself, go approach them, talk to them, ask how they are, what do you do, like show some interest, talk to them, and then include them to the other people. For example, this happened to one of the trips that we did, I think in the Equator, maybe. So there was one guy, like in the bus, everyone is talking, chit chat, fun, having fun, and this guy was just standing alone, looking through the mirror. And I went to him, I started talking, he was a pretty cool guy, he was from Turkey, and I saw in his eyes that he really appreciated that someone tried to speak with him, and then we became friends. At every event he came to me and started speaking, how are you, what's up? So this is one pretty easy way to include people and feel them, make them feel
Seen and
seen, yeah.
integrated in the community later. Easier. You're a good person, Jaka.
Yes, in ESN, in general, we don't discriminate the person, we value them just on their attitude and their values, and we should not judge them based on looks, gender, and every different types of, like, we should value the person on their actions, and everyone is different. Like, we live in a pretty dynamic world right now, and we should accept that also. I don't know if you know, but social impact days are now, and what we do on social impact days, we help our local cause. Community. We choose something to give out to the people that can't have the things that we have. Because sometimes for us it's important they want to feel that they're valued, their voice is heard, and that they're not alone. Like, I think these are topics that are not often discussed but should be, and I, as an ESN member, I'm super proud that I have the opportunity to spread this awareness and help people feel all right.
Thank you.
Broad inclusion in universities, that events that are for students who are Bulgarian, trying to include them in clubs in the university, trying to include them in events like, for example, expos and other things in the university that happens during the semester. It, for example, dance classes you can join. Even for one semester, you're gonna learn many dances, many things, not only for events that are one time, but throughout the semester, going every week or every 2 weeks, consistency with the inclusion in the student life.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. The whole ESN itself is social inclusion. Because if I can say, everyone finds their place, maybe. Okay. Next one. Health and well-being. What do we do? Short answer.
We drink more water.
What? Cool water.
We drink more water.
Cool water.
We drink more water.
More water.
Oh. Yeah. I wasn't sure what is the health and drinking for water.
For health and well-being, I think we do, I think it's part of it that we do like tours of Varna and show them around and they just get to walk, I guess. So
Yeah.
maybe also trips because they get to a little bit of, get to see the nature and the outside world
Yeah.
of Varna. Now they're home to go.
Hiking. Some sections make events for mental health. Yeah, okay. Next one, environmental sustainability. Not in this event.
Oh.
Bring your own cups at National Assembly, please. Thank you. Something else? Yeah, we strive for that, not every time happens.
Mainly reuse materials for one event for another. Especially parties, I see it a lot. We use like signs and things for one, though they don't really pass with the vibe check sometimes. We still use them, not many times.
And also materials from trainings, we have like penance. Okay. Next one, skills and employability.
Maybe I can chip in Sofia. We did CV and career booster workshops in January. So it was last semester when we used one of our alumni members to basically help the very, very few people who came about CV workshop. But at the end of the day, is the total counts, and a lot of people here actually have their jobs, so they can always teach others about that. A lot of Erasmus actually also want to work after they graduate or they want to find internship. So this is very, very important, and it's nice to think about it every once in a while, how much you can help out with your internship skills, hard skills, and so on.
First, Gucci реално ability визит скилове, които участват тук и по този начин вие можете да сте по-конкурентоспособни за вършата
Точно така, да. Даже съм посъветвала един наш колега да си го сложи като working experience, защото ние доста често прекараме толкова много време, че като работа е наистина научаваме неща, а не като volunteer experience, защото когато може вече на български язик. Когато нямаме толкова много опит, е по-добре да включим малко повече experience и да включим в скобата, примерно, че е volunteer. Така? I think that was.
Yeah, I wanted to say actually something very similar to what you said. Like what we're doing in ESN is expanding a lot of our skills, soft skills, and also hard skills regarding like the more skill-oriented positions that we're doing, like event organizing or managing with money or doing some graphic design stuff, managing social media, like very different skills that are both soft skill and hard skill.
So I agree with Danny first. If you're part of ESN as an ESN member, then I think you can get skills in most of the areas of working life in general, because as we said, we have people who do finances, administration, events, marketing, basically sales, we do to some extent all the time. So I think if you're part of ESN, you can get all type of hard skills for then your working life, but also you get many soft skills, like basically you have to talk with people all the time. So that's a pretty good base of getting soft skills. So then, depending on what exactly you want to do in the organization, you have to communicate with different people. So you have to think about that. And then, if you're a person doing some sort of exchange in ESN, then I think you also get new skills, mostly soft, I would say, because then you have to talk with people again, meet, but you also go out of your comfort zone so much and you go to a new place, so you also have to figure out some like logistical problems and all sorts of problems that just show up when you have to integrate in a new environment and meet new people. And I think all these things that I mentioned basically like make your employability higher, because the least is that you develop your English. And nowadays, I think especially for young people, we often have at least some touch in dealing with new languages in our work. And also you eventually learn some skills that you will use earlier or later in your career. And nevertheless, when you're doing your Erasmus, for example, as a student, you go and you sometimes have to study something that's a little bit different from your primary field of work, like field of study back in your home. So sometimes you get acquainted with even new subjects that you didn't get to know before.
Thank you. If you can sell yourself, if you can sell ESN to partners, university, friends, you can sell yourself to a future employer also. Okay, so let's see what are the values of ESN. Unity in diversity, diversity in the unity, students helping students, fun in friendship and respect, international dimension of the life, love for Europe as an area of peace and cultural exchange, openness with tolerance, cooperation and integration. I'm just sharing that in case you've never seen it, just to know when we talk about ESN, we can also refer to that. The mission of ESN, enrichment of society through international students. And the vision, by next year, ESN will be the global network of the Erasmus generation, committed to improving international education and providing self-development opportunities to 2 million young people, fostering intercultural understanding and creating positive change in society. Nice? I guess. Okay, question. Do you know how much time I have?
Let me check.
We're almost done. Okay. How was ESN promoted to you?
16 minutes.
What was your first impression of ESN?
For me, it was promoted through an event. Me and a friend talked about hanging out, and then she said, "Oh wait, on that day I'm busy. I'm going to a trip to Aldrich." And I was like, "Can I join?" And she was like, "Yeah, of course. We're going with train." And basically, I was I thought it was sketchy because who goes with train when like we have buses and stuff. And later that day, I was told by the event. What do you say, the people that made the event that day, and my brain is just scattered right now. Sorry about that. And they said that the next day there will be a presentation for new members. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And maybe like in a day or two, I decided to just join. Just because it was a perfect timing. Like I just found out about it, and the next day I got introduced to what ESN is and what they do, what we do.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So for me, was ESN was first to me in my first year in university. On my first day, the one of my professor was like, if you want, you can go on Erasmus exchange, go study somewhere in Europe for 1 semester or 2, 3 months on practice. That's how I went on my second year, and I was introduced by ESN Spain, exactly, about the work that is happening in ESN. And what I learned there and what I saw, I was wondering if that happened in Bulgaria as well. And when I came back, I just went to my coordinator and I was like, okay, I want to join ESN University of Russia so I can show the hospitality that I felt during my Erasmus, show it the Erasmus that comes to Bulgaria, to our city, etc.
Yeah, I think it's a very high percent. I think it was Gabi who told that. It is very high percent that the people join ESN after they come back from Erasmus where there was ESN section and they want to do the same. Yeah, Gabi?
Actually, that was my case. I received an email from my home university when I came back from Erasmus. It was like, we want to join after Erasmus. I was like, yeah, that's really cool because back 5 years ago, the ESN section that they had there they were organizing only trips, and I was like, okay, I will go anywhere I want, only on trips I would join. Okay, the reality was completely different. My first event was on the Welcome Week, and the second one was National Assembly. So I saw the best of the both worlds, basically, and I really enjoyed the whole district and the people, and I decided to stay. Doesn't matter what, it just was amazing.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. We have Daniel and Nere and Fetchit and yeah, for me the process was kind of long. Like I wanted to do Erasmus since high school. Like I've had some people who have been on Erasmus, and I know this was an opportunity for people in university to go and study abroad for some time and then come back. And this was kind of my dream when I go to university to do Erasmus. But since during my first year it was COVID, like COVID came, and this travel still was not possible. And randomly, I think on Facebook, I just saw from my university Facebook page that they posted something about ESN once ago, and I just followed their Instagram page. I have no idea what is this. I saw something Erasmus, and I just followed. I have no idea what yes. And then after that, in January, when the recruitment period for the buddies started, I saw that they were like recruiting to the buddies, and you're going to take care of one foreigner who's going to study in our university. I'm like, okay, this sounds fun. I might try. And the first semester, I was just, I had a budget.
I have no idea what ESN is. I just got my buddy. I was talking with her. I was meeting only with her, and then I started going on the short Erasmus projects where I met one ESNer. I talked with him more, then I met another one, and then he was like, okay, just come on one event. I came on one, I came on second, I came on third, and then Lucian was like, you have to go ESN Sofia.
With the mic, actually, it's really nice to start sharing stories. Can you tell me what was the first feeling or what was the first thing you saw interesting in the way you understood about this?
In the beginning, for me, it was the possibility to meet international people because I really liked the idea of me being in Bulgaria and sharing my knowledge and our culture, the Bulgarian culture, to an international person who came to live in Bulgaria. Like, this was the first thing that kind of hyped me to decide to become a buddy because it was still kind of already going out of COVID, but not exactly, and I was really missing these international connections. So it was for me the first way to connect with someone from another country and to be able to teach them more about Bulgaria.
How was ESN promoted to me? I decided to go on Erasmus. That was actually never debatable. I just knew that I have the chance to go on Erasmus, so I was like, yeah, we're doing that. We're like, I have my student rights for 4 years, and we're doing that. And applied, I got accepted, all the process and the bureaucracy about that. And then on one beautiful, let's say, November day, I received an email from my IRO inviting me to a workshop to kind of like prepare me for my Erasmus. The workshop was organized by my local section in my university. It was like a half a day, so like a program agenda thingy, pretty cool. It was engaging, well. Then I did my Erasmus. In my city, I actually was introduced on the first day of when I was supposed to be in university to ESN. They made a presentation and they clearly, I remember that very, very vividly, they clearly distinguished themselves from from an organization that does kind of like the same things, but for profit. And, ESN was like completely voluntary, they do things out of goodwill. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sticking with these people, right? Because like they're doing things because they value something more than just money. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with them. And then I had Erasmus, and back. The rest is just history.
Okay, thanks. Then we have Teche. And after that, Coffee.
My experience was similar to Gabi's experience, but actually I started going on the Erasmus exchanges way before that when I was in high school. I went to 4 exchanges before that, but they were for 10, 12 days, and we were going to host families. So I just kind of got addicted, and when I started university, the first year I told myself, I want to go on Erasmus and I want to go on a work and travel. So the second year, I don't know how this one randomly I decided to sign up, and I got accepted in the university that I wanted. That I wanted actually to go to study there for my whole bachelor, but I chose to stay here first. And I went there. It was the highlight of my life. And when you're in Erasmus, you're just living in your little bubble, and you're just enjoying yourself, exploring the world, exploring people, and exploring yourself. And when I came back, I was kind of depressed, and I wanted to feel the same thing again. And I received the same email. So I signed up, and I kind of forced myself to go to meet new people because I know that, okay, it was a good experience, but it's over, so you have to move on. And if it will give you the same feeling, so why not try it? And I actually started going to the events which were in the welcome week. And firstly, I was like a little bit anxious. I met Kelly and Kitty there, and but I was still not talking that much. But they didn't stop pursuing me, and then they invited me on the winter training that was last year in Paragoda. And I was like, okay, I will go and try one more time to like see if these people are my people. And just with the even with the travel with the train, the vibe was so good. We were just talking, and everyone was explaining their story, like why they are the way they are, and their Erasmus experience. And I was like, okay, I'm not the only person who went on Erasmus because on my Erasmus we were just two girls from my university. Because we're in the Netherlands and it's cold during winter, not many people want to go there. And when we arrived in Stara I got to meet most of the people who are in this room. And I could say that it was the first time I see that big group of people who love each other and who love what they do. And I just got inspired and we're just giving like little notes to each other. I don't know if someone remembers, like when we're leaving. And I remember all of the notes that I received, even though these people saw me for the first time. They were so cute, and I was like, okay, I think I can stick with that, and I think I want to try it and to be part of it. So if I have to conclude it, it was promoted by the university parties and thanks to ESN Varna, and I'm happy that I joined.
Success. Thank you. We have Koki.
So my first contact with ESN actually was during my Erasmus in Porto. I entered one bar in which there was like an ESN event, and it was called Adega Leonor. Dani knows it. And the moment I entered this place, the walls were all over with stickers. Like everything was kind of like ESN branded in this bar, and like you could feel the spirit of it. Then I met like so many ESNers from the section in Porto, and they had this I don't know connection between each other. They were really approachable. I saw they had like really good general culture. They were really well mannered, and I really liked the way they treated people. So I kind of felt this sense of belonging in this community. And later on, I first joined ESN because of this sense of community, of belonging. I was looking for new, like how can I say it? Yeah, a new group of people with the same values, culture that I kind of also acquired during my Erasmus. Like I was looking for the Erasmus flame, let's say, in this kind of culture. So yeah, at first place I joined ESN because of sense of belonging, and then later on I discovered the advantages and the skills that the organization could give you just by dedicating your time, and I saw like the just the advantages of being in it.
We have four more speakers, but 3 minutes. Okay, it's fine. Keep it 30 seconds. Anyone first?
What Sechi said reminded me that I view the ESN group as one of the biggest groups of people that are embracing something. I've noticed that many like dance groups have a lot of people, but here the people are even more engaged, even more wanting to practice and do let's say these concerts. The concerts are our events. I view it like this because we are very happy to be here. We are keeping on with doing it, and when we go out of these like let's say trainings as like just getting to know it as if we compare it as a dance group, like when we go out of it and tell our friends, we show them how much we love it, and we show with our even with our stories and posts, we show how interesting it is and how important it is to us. So it reminded me that it is really the one of the biggest groups of people that are engaged in one thing.
Thank you. 30 seconds, Alexis.
Okay, I think I have 20 seconds now.
Yeah.
So my first interaction was with Maggie in a bar, and she was trying to sell me ESN, but like it's a job offer, like a part-time job. She was like, "Yeah, you have like 4 hours a day, have 4 hours a day, maybe." Yeah, I was like, "What no?" And yeah, she told me, yeah, 4 hours of working, something like that. We work with those things, no money. I was like, what? And 1 year later, I decided to join the ESN. Like my first experiences with Erasmus was with the short and Erasmus for 1 week. And then I think I just started like meeting people who were friends, and I was like, yeah, we can do something together. Why not?
Thank you.
Okay, see you.
Ti to Gali, после Кристы, после Раны.
Okay, so I'll keep it short. I'm gonna say that, like, I learned about ESN totally randomly out of nowhere. Like, it was kind of aimed for me to go on Erasmus because I got very amazing teacher back in high school who was promoting us Erasmus all the time. And so during my high school, I made 2 exchanges in Erasmus, and it was just great. But still, I didn't know anything about GSM or even if it existed. And after like the COVID started, it was pretty boring, nothing to do, and everybody being so scared, going out, meeting with each other. And as you can see, I'm pretty social, and I really love communicating with people. Yeah, if you didn't see it. And like I was missing seeing people. And there was one event of ESN, which is very popular in Sofia, Get Lost. And one girl of the group of my twin sister texted that they need a volunteer because it's COVID, nobody wants to go. It's like everything is closed and still there is event. Okay, so let's go for it. I'm so scared. First of all, I wasn't like my English was on the level like A1 maximum. I was scared that they need to communicate with people in totally different language to me, but it was challenge that I accepted. I went to I picture, I picture. After that, after again, sorry, I just want to share this video. Is after when once this event started, I fall in love with everything because I met people that I've seen for first ever time, and they've been so kind, so nice to me. And they saw that I was struggling with the language, and they'd be like, "No worries, like you just need to speak. You can. You just try to speak." I was like, "Okay, so they're not shocked at my English." I was very scared, and they're still so helpful to me. After that, after a few days, they announced that there is a training of ESN in Plovdiv. And I was like, "Listen, I still don't know what to do." I went there, and it was a birthday. This training was because of birthday of his Bulgaria, and there was some awards things. And one of the tasks that the volunteers needed to do is to dance. They needed, so it was kind of challenge. They needed to dance, but the energy that those people get, like I didn't know anybody. Like probably some of you don't know a lot of people here as well. I mean, as you are right now, and I was like I fall in love how those people are matching this energy, how they are dancing together, and they've been so hyped for some reason and so gathered at the same time. I'm remembering that it was COVID. Like there's no people are so scared and those people are so kind and helpful to each other, and it was magic. And I was like, one day I want to become part of this because I was feeling that's attracting me, and that's how I found about it. And because of one dance and one just magic which happened. Really, it's great.
Thank you. Ethan?
I was introduced to ESN multiple times, but it's like a repetitive slap in the face by the universe that you should finally start pay attention to it. And initially I didn't pay attention to it that much, but the repeat, the repetition and patterns of it reoccurring in my environment would continue. Actually, I was introduced twice by Nelly. This is an appreciation for you, Nelly. And afterwards, I was further motivated by friends who were buddies, and they told me, yeah, we took these foreigners to the mountains and we showed them around. Like, oh my God, I want to do that. I know everything about the mountains. I want to share everything about everything with them, and I want to make this an extra valuable experience for them. And soon after I started buddying, I discovered this bigger depth of the organization and the deep and all the branches that it has. I was like, oh my God, this is an entire community. It's like, it's even much bigger than I thought. And once you find the depth, that's when you start investing in yourself. I believe that every person needs to find some depth in anything that they're doing in order to find themselves. So yeah, that's how I started with ESN, through buddying and apparently through Nelly as well.
Thank you.
No. So everyone their story is pretty much like they know ESN from their relatives or someone told them. When I found about ESN, I was on the beach alone, scrolling through Facebook, and I saw just random posts. Oh, do you want? I don't remember which post it is. Like, you want to help Erasmus students? I'm like, why not? Yeah. Signed up, didn't know anything. Like, actually, I heard, like, when I got home and I put on, I put my, assigned state, applied for buddy. I got home and I saw some random podcast and someone was talking about ESN. I can't remember what it is. And yeah, I heard about it. I was like, okay. Went on my first event, didn't know anyone. I was like the first person there. I was like, what's going on? I'm getting blackmailed or something. But after that, one by one, events, it was getting like, it's an addiction. Like, you want to get more and more. And I would like to invite Vasilena. How did she knew about ESM? Because that night I was there and it was so funny. So if you would like, you can share your.
Thank you. Yes, I have actually a very funny story how how I found out it's a long one. No, I will be very short. But firstly, I saw on Instagram a post about being a buddy and about the opportunity of being with the foreigner and helping them. And then I forgot about it and I didn't apply because I was like, I'm a first year student. I don't know what I am doing, how I help. And then I was out with my friend, we were in Sofia at NVK, and we just saw a very huge group of people, and we started wondering and speculating, what are they doing there? Are they from some kind of university? Are they some kind of a group or interest group? And then we approached them, we went up to them and we asked some of the people. And then we met with a lot of the people. I think we stayed there for like 3 hours at the end. And it was actually amazing. And we were so impressed of how open they are, how interactive, and how they want to talk to you actually. They're so interesting and they have so many different interests. And then at the end, we were able to actually meet with Gerardo, with Cristo, with the other people that were organizing the actual event. And we got to talk to them and they said, yeah, you can come by to the other event, you can be a volunteer. So it just happened like that. We just on a random day, me and my friends were out and we saw the one of the events. So yeah, I'm very happy that it happened like that.
Thanks for sharing. I give 10 seconds to Dani and we'll finish.
I'm just going to make one little comment that I don't know if you listen carefully, that the people who didn't find out about ESN from going on Erasmus, a lot of them say that they found it from social media. Just a quick relation, so that the posts and things that you're doing actually matter.
Sure. Thank you. I'm gonna leave an open question to you. Would you change something or add something
to the way you talk about ESN with your friends. And I don't want to answer now, just give a thought. Thank you for engaging so much, and I'm sorry I didn't give you back those 20 minutes at the forum.
Please, the students can come to the floor.
These are our beautiful and very helpful quotes from the Free University of Varna. And I would like to give the president the floor to give a little speech.
Ами, от името на студентски съвет към Варненски свободен университет Чернорилски Рабър искам да изразя нашата искрена благодарност за това, че прекарахме 2 дена заедно. Видяхте визията, идеята, общото атмосферата на Варненски свободен университет и на малка част от студентите в нея и че успяхте да се докоснете към нашите виждания и идеи, както и ние успяхте да се докоснем до вашите виждания и идеи, за което страшно много се радвам. И общо заето, пак ще го кажа, наистина, това не е нещо, което е традиционно за нас, мога да кажа, защото винаги сме работили по малко по-различни принципи, но винаги сме били отворени да видим нещо ново, нещо интересно и ще се остане така. Надявам се заедно да откриваме нови неща и да бъдем полезни за вас, за нас. И също искам и да благодаря и на националния борд, на всички колеги и организацията, и водещите на събранието, модераторите. Наистина много интересно, много готино. Вау, наистина, вау. Нормално всеки един човек има различни очаквания за нещата, но мога да кажа, че
prostu everyone who i mam strasznie mało wybudowania psychicznego.
Thank you very much for those kind words. Now comes the time for you to tell us what you think about the whole organization, your chairing team, your organizing team, your, again, beautiful hosts. This is the appreciation round. You only have one sentence. We are not on time. So, yeah, of course. Whoever is the first, okay. Mila, please.
The food was absolutely amazing, especially last night. For the first time, went into this university, and I'm really, really nicely impressed. The venue is really nice. Had a lot of fun overall. That is how I can say.
I want to say a huge thank you to the wonderful hosts for the OC, for the city, for all their work. It was amazing. Thank you.
I would like to say that for the first time, I'm not part of organizing the NA, so it's really good to be only a participant, and I really enjoyed it, and it was really amazing. Thank you for everything. You were amazing, and you're such nice people to talk to and spend our weekend here. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
As the president of ESN Varna, on behalf of the whole section, I want to thank everyone from the student council and from the Varna Free University. I think that you exceeded our expectations. This is for sure a national assembly that we never had before, and we are really thankful for your support throughout the whole time. And I hope we'll continue to work together on various ideas. Thank you.
Hello, as the most experienced member here together with Nelly, we've been in ESN for 5 years, and we've seen many national assemblies, 3 assemblies per year. This is the best dinner we've ever had. This is the largest number of volunteers we've had at the National Assembly. And we managed to have fun with you as a part of the student council itself. And it is the first time we're having fun with the student council. And I think this is the coolest student council we've seen. Please try to say the opposite, but I don't think you can do it. You're the best ones. Shall I say appreciation for the whole assembly or just for the OC? Okay, for the assembly. Well, it is nice to see the new national board in operation, and we would like to see you as a better team and continue doing your things, follow your promises, and you won't get rid of me for the next assembly. For the one after the next meeting, but for the next one. And for the chairing team, thank you for the positive atmosphere. It was a nice feeling here. And am I forgetting anyone? We have OC, we have city, we have national board. And thank you for the new members of ESN Bulgaria. We have the first members who are 18. So we're getting younger and hopefully more motivated and fruitful. Thank you.
So I just wanted to add it really quick, and I want to tell you that, so thanks to your student council, because you're not part of ESN, and we are feeling you like part of us. So you're so energized, you're sharing the same energy as one ESNer, so it's not an invitation officially, but you can take it as it is. So we'll be so happy to see you on most events in Rio, because I think with this event you become a friend of ESN, and we'll be so happy if we continue this relation with you guys. Really, you're great.
Well, so I would like to thank the Student Council and Varna University. We felt like home. It was perfect. The whole event. Also, OCCT. They were perfect as well. And I think the overall satisfaction factor of this event is very, very high. So I'm very pleased that I was here during these 2 days.
Many times you said we were actually getting spoiled, so there was never such an event where the taking care of was at such an extent, the quality of the food was definitely mentioned. Absolutely unquestionable. The best dinner, the best meal we've had in ESN. It's absolutely objective. It was amazing that the questionnaire, the quiz Oriana made, I feel like is the best thing I've seen at the National Assembly. Very creative. It is not actually stupid. Like, for example, in which city is that section? It's actually well thought. It is very, very good. Definitely the best quiz in ESN. Then, thank you to all the participants for actually taking part in the financial questions, asking about the current situation, the proposal, budget proposal. It has never happened at such an extent since I joined the network. So it was amazing. Keep it up. Become more interested in that. And then we will talk about money. It's good, it's good. And then, congrats to ESN Burgas for being the top. Crossing section, we completed the 12. We can now quit ESN.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I feel really, really lucky that this is my first NA because first we have our amazing hosts, and I think the national board support was great. And yeah, my first NA and it was perfect. So I feel really spoiled because every first event that I have is really amazing, and this is, I think, a great path that we are all going to, because I haven't been in ESL for 5 years. I haven't seen a lot, but things that I see now are great example for the path that we're going to, and I want all of you to motivate you to keep going and to create great memories like this together. So thank you all.
Kiko, should I? Yeah. You. So the first thing I wanted to mention is thank you so much to the Student Council. On a National Assembly, I never felt that much cared for. You were like always there. I felt your presence, your energy. To the OC, to the city, you were also amazing. It was like so nice to see the national board already in action. You were perfect. I hope that you are proud of yourselves. Just like a small reference from a friend that texted me, and she said, "Wow, they're like I almost know anyone in this. I don't know anyone in this National Assembly. Things change." It was like from an ex-audit commission member, and this actually showed that we're flourishing, we're thriving, so many new faces, and just like the new board should be proud that you brought all those people here, and I just see like a new, I don't know, just environment, and yeah, I also have like a message to the student council, because some of you already mentioned that are probably planning to go on Erasmus. We hope that we have motivated you to take this step, and maybe in just like 1 or 3 years, or even now, you'll become maybe part of us.
This is coming from the current of the courses. Yeah. Actually, this is my, I'm keeping a log here for our archive reasons. And this is my 20th National Assembly.
Oh, wow.
Only? This is my 20th National Assembly, and in my long 5 years through National Assemblies, I actually have not seen. It was my first one as on audit commission, so like it was also first one in many aspects, but it's also the one that I have not. It's the first time I'm seeing such a collaboration between the student council and ESN, and such a like an availability of the entire university to cater for our event and for our needs. Like having the whole outside, like to have food here, the plenaries, like it's just, it was amazing. Thank you for that experience. I'm really happy for the people that this is for whom this is the first national event, because we are setting standards here, and it's been a growing trend. And I cannot be happier for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the future will bring for this collaboration and for the future collaborations. Thank you so much.
Okay, so, no, I also wanted to appreciate.
On this event, I want to appreciate first Anelia for the presentation that was made for the discussion. It felt like I was learning for everything for everybody. It was really awesome. Also, Nelly's questionnaire, it made me learn some things about ESN. And also for the for everybody that is into the making the presentations, everybody, because it made it feel like I have the ability to go to national board or I'm in local board, which I think is a very big thing, to just want to jump into the cold water before like we even tried. It's like like it was really crazy. Like I want to appreciate everybody who has done something about this event. It was absolutely awesome. I loved it. Thank you.
I want to thank first of all to Ivan. He shared the position of MP responsible with me and done the whole of it, so it was not really shared. So thank you for doing it. And I want to thank Audience Navy for being in showing initiative to help with the content, and the quiz really was nice, nice. I want to thank the volunteers that actually were so active and participating in discussions. I haven't been to many NAs, this is like my third one, and I'm amazed how many participants and new people we have. This was actually a goal of mine, to have new people in those units, and I'm pretty sure we have more than 2/3 new people, so thank you. Thank you. And yeah, I want to thank Rezar and Dori for giving me this opportunity, and then for the whole team working with them to make this here. Amazing. Thank you for the invested time, money, and effort. Yeah, yeah, invested sleep. I'm thankful for the city, Tsetse, Ori, and Remos for showing, for wanting to visit it so quickly, like this. Yeah, it was, we had a hard time with the city, and Tsetse was like, oh, just make me main chair always. And I was like, okay, no worries. And yeah, and to the national board actually, although we were making things on the go, we really shared all the time feedback, and we did it this time. hopefully the next time also. And also, thanks to the previous national board, because I'm pretty sure that this is the result of their work, not ours eventually. So, yeah, we'll continue with growth. The OC, my OC. No, I'm not gonna forget you, Sechi and Aiden. I'm so thankful for doing this journey with me and helping so much that when we all, the three of us, didn't have any time to do it. So yeah, that's it, I think, I hope.
This is on the camera. Evet, o zaman. Tamam. One sentence. You said one sentence, I'm going to do one sentence. People with the same values connect and attract people like them. So all of us have the same values, no matter where we come from. Let's keep going, let's keep connecting. As I said, one of the best events we ever had. It's always keep growing because of you, because of the city, because of OC. So thank you for that. Thank you for coming to the new people. Thank you a lot. And yeah, let's keep connecting and let's keep growing in the ESN staff because we make things fun and engaging.
Okay, first one, another one. Round of applause for those great people. It was great experience working with you. Everything was smooth, like really smooth. It has almost never been that smooth. Great job. You're great people and you did great. Thank you. I think we're on the same page on this. Next on, moving to our participants, I'm really happy that we were part of your first time. Those many first times. Then to my lovely, I love you. You were great. You did great. We helped each other a lot. Thank you for that. Without you, it wasn't going to be possible. The OC, again, perfect. Smooth, zero concerns, and of course, the National Board, the support, the Audit Commission, you helped us a lot with the presentations, which were mostly sent on time. Mostly, I'm saying, but I'm not going to point at anyone. Nelly, Miche. But like I said, I'm not going to point at people. And thank you for being here and making us part of it. Now I would like to give the floor to the OC.
Just a very quick sentence. I want to say to all of the people in this room, each single of you, we all did a great job, I think, because this event is not just organized by us, but we contributed as well. And I want to say that it was my first time organizing something big like that, and I'm really, really, really thankful to Annie and everyone here because I think that this was the best thing possible to organize something like this and to have the best experience ever. So thank you.
I don't know with what to start saying to keep it short. I would like to thank ESN Bulgaria for the opportunity to get involved and be here as a city. I would like to thank you all for always being so kind and nice to me. I am happy to call you like my newfound family. I like to tell you to stop overdoing it and making me addicted to your energy. I literally hop on a plane for on the other
end of Europe to come here. And thing is, right now I'm really, really sad because like a month and a half ago, when I was with Miki and Michel in Brussels, I was like, okay, well, in a week we will see each other again at ZIP. Then at ZIP, I was like, okay, they have an NA in 1 month. I will sign up and apply to be a city, but right now there's nothing after this plan. So I'm really looking for the calendar of next year. And yeah, thank you all for everything.
Okay, so I want to thank everyone because we managed to make this NA very animated. Even though some of you were sleeping, I managed to wake you up and pay attention to all the things that were supposed to be discussed and debated. I want to thank the OC and the student council. You're amazing, even though last night you were way greater than amazing with the dances and everything. We managed to have fun. We managed to coordinate ourselves and to help each other, and we had fun. For the sorry for your YouTube channel. Now it's full of videos. So you have a lot of history with this NA, with a lot of discussions and background discussions.
Yes, I also want to say just one very quick sentence. I want to thank again everyone that came, especially the new people that came, because we have never had actually that many people who have had this as their first NA. I want to thank the student council because it was really for me the best NA that I've had, and I really think that you set the bar very high for our next NAs and every organization that we're working with. I want to thank the OC for actually also making this happen, and Ivan and Amelia for people who were behind all of this, organizing the OC, organizing the cheering team and the event itself, and also the fellow other board members for making this possible and for working to organize this event as well.
Last but not least, I would like to give the floor to our distinguished, beautiful, smart, brave president, Dimitar Dimitrov.
Thank you. So this is, I think, the last speech. Yes. I'll try to keep it as short as possible and not forget anything. There were a few key words mentioned during this appreciation round. One of them is family. So I'd like to welcome all of the new members for whom this was the first National Assembly. Welcome to the family. And welcome ESN Burgas to the family. I'm super proud and happy that our network is growing so much and to see so many new faces and engaged people. It's really beautiful. The other keyword that was mentioned was home. So thank you, Varna University Student Council, for making us really feel at home. Not only with the venue, did someone mention the food? I'm not sure, but the food, but also with your energy for participating in our sessions and the social program. You really embody, I think, what ESN's mission is, which is students helping students. So I think you're already a part of our family. Or we're a part of yours? I don't know. So thank you. We really hope that we'll have more opportunities and occasions to collaborate. And you're always welcome to our events. So hopefully see you soon. Dear OC, thank you for bringing us to Varna. It was a lovely event. I was a bit skeptical with such a small OC, but wonderful, amazing event. Specifically, I'd like to thank Ani for her dedication. Maybe a lot of you don't know, but I think it's an intensive period in her life. But despite that, you brought us here, a wonderful event, and now you can sleep. You can take a break. Thank you, also. Cheering team, thank you. I hope you also already feel at home and part of the family. I think it goes without saying, yes. Remus, I think, has been to more national assemblies than Nelly's 20 in Bulgaria. So, thank you for coming back again and again. You are always welcome. There's going to be an open call for a cheering team for April, so feel free to come back. Yes, and thank you, Anka, for preparing them so well. On that note, dear National Board and Support and Audit Commission, national level, we survived our first day. We did well, right? We did well. Wonderful. Yes, it's been a pleasure. And last but not least, thank you, Crystal, for learning my name after 3 years. Yes. And I think that is it. So let's close officially the 52nd National Assembly of the ESN Bulgaria. Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Може уникално е, вижда всичко е там. Да ми го върнеш. Петро, Петро, Петро! Ще дам да се вижда. Хайде, я съм Варна! Варна, 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 Варна! И плак нещо смете. Тук не знам дали още се стримва, ама... О, да, стримваше се. Продължава се стримва. Айде, Варна, ще бъде. Навън. Никито, там! Мочно, айде ти! Аре, празен, This is my souvenir. Okay. Yeah, it's a promise. I can. Let's go.
Какво стана, бе?
Особено с тези вече не знам какво са чувства преди час.
Чувстваш се, нали? Пак
Част от ESN, част от някакви по-тайни агенции. От всички части. Част на аз има част ще разбирам.
Varna, are you staying today or when are you going?
Малко за къде е? В София.
I have to leave the airport at like 6:30. No, tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
Like 27 hours.
Yeah, do you have a transportation? Like Sofia.